Hello, and thank you guys for tuning back in or checking in for the first time with us, wherever we're meeting. But today's video is going to be a little bit different. It's not going to be so much of the message. Obviously, I'm still here talking to you guys, but today's going to be more of a check-in, just a moment of reflection for us together. And I think one of the best ways to kick off this check-in is a moment of silence, not for loss or for the death of anything, but to invoke everything it is that you have forgotten, everything it is that you have attempted to bury. And in this moment, I would just ask that you invoke those emotions, those thoughts, those desires. And yeah, let's go ahead and give it a moment of silence. Thank you for taking that time. I hope some of you may have remembered a dream that you haven't remembered in some years, and others, maybe it's one that haunts you every day when you wake up and every night when you go to bed. But just needed a little push for you, or someone to remind you again. But like I was saying, today's gonna be a check-in today. I'm also kind of show you the playbook a little bit as well. So some of you, if you're in leadership or psychology or sales, you may have noticed the last couple of videos that I've been discussing through have kind of been on the subject of methods of transportation. If some of you are familiar with the philosophy of methods of transportation, it's what we do as humans to get from A to B. And it's not necessarily just what, but how we do that as well. So methods of transportation are really tracked back to three things. First of which is just emotion. Something triggers something inside of you. Triggers can be positive and they can be negative as well. They don't, so commonly we always just think of negative, but they can be great. It can be, someone having something amazing, or an opportunity, or just the prospect of acquisition and growth. That's a great motivating factor. All too commonly, though, it's really often the fear of loss, or just the fear of missing out that motivates people. But nevertheless, there's something in your life, whether it's a spouse, a child, a scenario, just whatever, insert here. It triggers an emotion inside of you, positive or negative, right? And then based off of those emotions that were triggered inside of you, you start to feel a certain way. You start to feel certain things. And those feelings create desires. Shout out Doobie. But those desires are going to lead your thoughts. They're going to lead you into next steps, right? They're going to make you start to look at things differently, start to want to view or do things differently. And then those desires simply lead to actions. They create action. And then those actions, they change your life for the better or the worse. So I know in a lot of the videos we've talked to more of just like the specific aspects of these steps here, and where a lot of the common hiccups are, and just personal battles that I've had with methods of transportation and just in life in general. But understanding this flow, this concept, this system is power, because it turns it from some external uncontrollable force to a measurable, controllable system. And obviously, I'm not saying life is, you can fit it into a box. By no means. Of all people, I would never tell you that. But this gives you a format. It gives you something to be able to push your problems or those situations that arise that realistically you can't just handle off the cuff. It gives you, when you're in stalemate or you're not doing what you want to do, it gives you the ability to look at the individual metrics of your life and measure where you need to be doing more, or measure where you need to be doing less in some scenarios. It was a very beautiful concept to me when I very first heard it. Because so often growth and progress, it feels lonely. It can feel like swimming in an ocean where you don't see land. And just the lining of a route, a highlighting of a system that's there, and the fact that it's not just madness, it's not just chaos. There is organization here, there is a purpose here. Everything connects from one thing into the next. It provides comfort and faith, most importantly, I believe. But understanding these, and kind of just what we've been getting at a little bit. By the way, we have not exactly cracked into the action aspect of methods of transportation. We're still kind of been caught up in desires and emotions, but I think a super great way to do this check-in is just going to be to just kind of have a conversation with you. And the question to kick this all off is, where are you supposed to be? Where are you supposed to be? Where would you be if those dreams that you had once upon a time you never gave up on? What if, when that obstacle came your way, you decided, this means I'm called to do this? What if you didn't decide that it was a parking opportunity? What were you supposed to see by now? Who were you supposed to help by now? What were you supposed to build by now? You see, as humans, all too often, we, in the limitless power that we have, we dream and create and imagine things that were gifted to us individually to breathe into this world. And on our path, or on our route to that thing, when we're tested and just given experience and lessons to be able to know if it's something that we really want, and learn the experience and the skills that we need to be successful in it, we take it as a sign that it's not meant for us. And you may be right, it might not be meant for you, but I can tell you something, friend. If it keeps you up at night, if every time you're down in a bad scenario, it's what you gravitate to, if it wakes you up in the morning, if you talking to other people just feel the need and the necessity to help and share, or whatever it may be, I don't think you were meant to give up on it, friend. I think life got to you, as it does. But you have to remember, this is all a game. It's all a system. You can beat it. Use the measurements. Use the things you have around you. Use the people you have around you. I hope and pray that each and every single one of you, even if it's the smallest step, you take a step. No one's gonna do it for us. No one's gonna come along for you and give you your dreams. I'm sorry to tell you, you gotta go get it yourself. At least some portion of it. Some people get blessed more than others. That's life. I'm sorry to tell you. Welcome to it. But I promise you, no one that ever has anything they wanted did not do some sort of work to get there. Some people get lucky. Some people only do the emotion. Some people only have the desire and something falls right in front of them. But they did something to get that connection, that action. So the system's the same. I mean, are some routes are gonna be longer? Absolutely. I'd be lying if I told you anything different. But don't give up. Know you can get there. It was a pleasure speaking with you today. I really appreciate this time that we had together. To my boys, I love you and I'm so proud of you. Thank you guys for tuning in and enjoy the day.